So in terms of your journey, you know, a lot of people, like even when I introduced you, I talked about winning the reality show and all of the iconic people that you've dressed. So that's what we see, but we don't see the hard work. We don't see the challenges. Can you talk a little bit about that and your journey to where you are now?
But I think the journey to get, let's just start here. Like when you're a designer, and I don't think people really think about this sometimes, the fashion business is structured around designers. If you didn't have designers, you wouldn't have a fashion magazine, you wouldn't have a need for a stylist, you wouldn't have a need for anything. So the designer is the business of fashion, and to be a part of that is one of the hardest jobs to have in fashion and one of the hardest entryways to get into fashion. So, of course, I didn't have the capital to, you know, just start a fashion business. So I started, after I did Style to Rock, I kind of started at zero and started dressing celebrities. And when we started dressing the celebrities, it gave us the notoriety. And, you know, we just kept going and going and going. And I joined with my business partner. We started the collection. And then I just kept going and going. You know, sometimes it was hard. Like, you know, you don't eat a meal, you buy a yard of fabric. You don't, you know, go this place because you have to do this.
Buddy, hey, I have a question for you. So you are often, you can work and talk at the same time. I have a question. You're often in rooms that you're the only black person in the space.
Yeah.
You know, and you've never lost or been not authentic, and you've never had to assimilate to any white or European culture, but your ideas translate so well.
Yeah.
How do you feel, what is there a magic behind advocating for yourself in all white spaces?
I do have to give that credit to my parents. I think when you are raised by people who are so proud of who they are, and they make their children proud of who they are, and they told me, the first thing I remember my mother telling me is that I'm a king. And I think when you tell your child that, it instills things in them that it still makes me show up in rooms every day like a king. So that's what I am. I refuse to change. I mean, of course, we have to code switch sometimes, but I think the authenticity of who I am as a black man is my magic. So that's what I hold to me. And I hope you do the same for yourself.
Back issue, like, oh, we want to do a box braid story. They're like, okay, Julie will do it. Like, and I'm like, that's fine. I'll do it proudly because I love some knotless box braids, and like it is such a representation of our culture. But I also need you to know about it. Because you're not just going to pass off everything to the black person in the room. You, having the job as an editor at this huge publication, need to know about my beauty too, not just the beauty that's reflected in the mirror. Because I have